Hey everybody, just thought I'd do a quick video about the whole Jimmy Olsen Gorilla Grodd series that they're talking about because it's kind of fascinating to me. I used to think about what I would do, because I'm a writer, what I would do if I was pitching stories to the DCU or the MCU. And one of the ideas I originally had, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that had this idea, is it would be interesting to do a rogue story where you focus on Captain Cold and the different Flash villains, and you treat Flash almost like the shark from Jaws. You hardly ever see him. When he does, he moves so fast, he's just a red and yellow blur. So you really don't cast the Flash, but the special effects shows him, and capturing the villains and stuff like that. So I kind of think that might be what they're going for here, where you have Jimmy Olsen, he's following this situation. You have this Gorilla Grodd. Grodd is, of course, a super powerful villain from the Flash universe. He first appeared in 1959, created by John Broome and Carmine Infantino. He has telekinesis, he has mind control and telepathy, and he's super strong. He comes from Gorilla City, and he's always got this urge to take over Gorilla City. So it is possible the story is going to be about him putting together what he needs to take a run at Gorilla City. That would be the climax. Whatever they decide to do, and again, how many episodes this is, it really depends. But I could see them telling the story from Jimmy's point of view. And Grodd doesn't move a lot. I mean, he's big, but he's not super fast. So you could have moments of the Flash in the show without ever actually casting or showing the Flash. Again, just red and blue or red and yellow blurs. But you could also take some B-level heroes, have them affected by Grodd, like, the Guardian. The Guardian's a character from DC that lives in Metropolis. If he's trying to hunt down Gorilla Grodd or stop a theft involving Grodd, and Grodd mentally turns him against the cops, and you have this fight scene with Guardian versus the cops, that's a nice action scene for the series, but again, you're still following Grodd. So you have that potential. You have the potential of having people act out of character because of Grodd and stuff like that. And you can see that's what Jimmy is investigating. Then it leads him to this gorilla. So I think it could be an amazing series. I think it could be a lot of fun. And it could be done in a very street level way. One of the things everybody talks about when they do these universes is seeing it from the average person's point of view. Now, the average person would be kind of boring, so you got to have somebody with a reason they would be seeing all this. And Jimmy makes sense because he works for the Daily Planet. He's a photographer. Is he also a reporter? I don't know. But I could see that. Or maybe he's working with another reporter. But you get that story that from Jimmy's point of view as he sees this supervillain, he sees the effect he has. Maybe Superman is out of town. Maybe this takes place in Central City, and Jimmy's just over there following a lead. There's a lot of possibilities here. And it could be a way to backdoor introduce the Flash without having to have somebody in the series a lot. Maybe you just have him show up, blur, 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 and at the very end, we meet who the Flash is. And it's just seconds. I mean, he's just finally shows up and stops long enough to talk to Grodd. That could be a great way to do it too. But I know there's a lot of people going, why would we want a Grodd series? Why did we want a Peacemaker series? Why did we want a Clayface movie or a Penguin series? Well, we don't know we want them. What we know is that when a good idea comes along, or what James Gunn thinks is a good idea, he moves forward with it. And Penguin turned out to be great. Peacemaker is doing really well. I like it. Clayface, they think that's a great script. So I'm still in the kind of leeway mode where it's like, okay, let's see what you got. Let's see what you're going to come up with. Is this going to be a great series? Hey, let's see. I mean, how many people thought Wonder Man was going to be a good series? Everybody thought Marvel was burying it the way they were releasing it, but instead it came out and people liked it. So maybe it's time just to kind of sit back and give it a shot. So that's what I'm thinking. It's going to be an interesting series from a non-hero point of view, and we're probably going to get a lot of surprises in there and some introductions of some lower level characters, like B-level characters. Maybe if it is in Metropolis, we meet Dan Turpin, we meet Bibbo, kind of fill in Metropolis. Lots of possibility there. But, more with Perry White. That's the other thing is we talk about how we didn't get a whole lot of the Daily Planet crew in the Superman movie. Well, maybe we get them here. Maybe we get Cat Grant and Perry White and Steve Lombard and all of them and Ron Troop. Maybe that's who Jimmy's working with, is Ron Troop. So lots of possibilities there. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to hear more about it, but we'll see what they say. I'll catch you guys later.